The hardest part is over. These graduates have made it not only into this room, but they have made it to a graduation after 3 difficult, full, and loving years. So let us begin our ceremony of their graduation with a prayer. Loving God, who has given us all good gifts, it is important that we show gratitude, that we pause on this most important evening in thanking you for the gift of life, thanking you for the gift of family, thanking you for the gift of teachers, friends, fellow students, and especially thanking you for the gift of life. And we make these prayers, as we make all our prayers, through Jesus' name, amen.
Hi, everybody. Can you hear me? All right. It's an honor tonight to be with all of you, to see some of you. Many of you I only get to talk to on the phone. It's really nice to see your faces. It's wonderful to see you gathered here to support these young people in front of us who are starting on a new journey. We welcome our guests, friends, colleagues, Father Reese, Ms. Levine, and of course, our graduates. We're also going to say a little shout out to Mr. G and Ms. Rojas Martinez, who are not here tonight. So I know they're watching. We gather tonight as a community to celebrate individual and class accomplishments. We also celebrate our families. We recognize that getting them here to this point has not been without bumps, hard landings, and sometimes incredible joy. I want to share a quote with you that I have heard many times over the years from many sources. I've heard it on podcasts, and I've heard it in reflections. I've also seen part of it tattooed on celebrities, I'm not sure why, pop culture icons. It speaks about courage and integrity. It speaks to sacrifice and knowing what it takes to persist when things are hard. I think that's something that we have in common here. It's a quote from a speech that Teddy Roosevelt gave in 1910. I know for some of you that's super long ago, right? He gave this speech while he was addressing ministers and naval officers and over 1,000 students at the time, which was a very large number, in France in front of the Sorbonne, which is a public university there. It was part of a speech that he gave that was titled Citizenship in a Republic. And I think it's appropriate to talk about this tonight. The quote's a little bit long, but stay with me. Quote, "It is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes up short again and again. But there is no effort without error and shortcoming. But who does actually strive to do the deeds? Who knows great enthusiasm, the great devotion, who spends himself in a worthy cause, who at the best knows, in the end, the triumph of high achievement, and who at the worst, if he fails, at least fails while doing something daring, so that his place shall never be those cold and timid souls that neither have victory nor defeat." You might think to yourself, well, what does that have to do with me? how does this relate to the graduates, to our guests? During these past 3 years, you've had to sacrifice certain routines in your lives in order to attend the Academy. Your families, guests, you have sacrificed in order to get these young people here to us every day. And we thank you for that. The tasks that we face together under extraordinary umbrella of COVID have taken a toll on all of us, yet we persist. We found ways to connect with one another, to creatively play in ways that gave us distance, yet drew us inexplicably closer through our shared experience. These 3 years, we've all had our entire world upended by COVID, have defined a newer version of what truly is important. It has narrowed the lens. All of us have been forever changed and forged together by doing what was needed to move forward despite adversity and challenges. In this place, FSA students, we have experienced something bigger than ourselves. The past 3 years, along with the entire world, we have been forced to become innovators and create ways to stay together while apart. We as a collective became the man in the arena. We stumbled, we came up short, but we persisted because it was the right thing to do. We, students, families, administrators, teachers, guests, parents, loved ones, did not stand on the sidelines. We stood in the action. We found ways to lead. We created, we stumbled, again, we persist. We got back up. We never gave up on ourselves, nor on others. Graduates standing here tonight with you, you've proven to yourselves and to us that you can do hard things, as Mr. Eby always tells us. And that the credit belongs to the one who never gives up, who doesn't stand on the sidelines, the one who will triumph with high achievement. You have found your best. We're here tonight to celebrate you, your achievements. Despite the pandemic, despite all the obstacles, we celebrate you as you move forward to a new community. So celebrate, congratulate one another. Don't forget to love who you are today, because tomorrow you are somebody different. Give yourselves permission to stumble while pursuing what is best for you. Work hard. Remember to help those who stumble around you. Never stand on the sidelines. Families, you will always have a home at this Father Sauer Academy. Students, you will always have a home here with us. We can't wait to have you be our role models for new students, to come back, to mentor, to help us teach. We are here to support you, and we love you, always. So congratulations, class of 2022. Thank you. All right, now it's really about the kids. So right now I would like to introduce to you your class valedictorian, students. This young woman has reached the highest level of academic achievement out of all of the students in your class. She has demonstrated excellence and achievement through school activities, through her personal character and leadership. Her intellectual curiosity, hard work, enthusiasm for learning is outstanding, and she has earned the respect of her classmates through her kindness and her dedication to in-depth study. Her fellow students have described her in this way. She provides for the FSA community by being trustworthy and by being a great role model for all of us. She builds this community up and always makes sure that other people are okay before she does something for herself. I don't know if you could get a higher sentence from your classmates. It's amazing. She embodies dedication, integrity, desire to reach her full potential. We honor Camila Angelilimo Fernandez tonight with the Valedictorian Award. Mom, where are you? You have her speech. I didn't know she had it. You want me to go get it?
Yeah. Yes, it is.
I'll get it. Oh, here you go. Okay. You got everything?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry about that. Good afternoon, teachers, parents, faculty, and the graduating class of 2022. Today we have finally graduated middle school. We have survived Mr. G's tests, Mr. Nicholson's axes paragraphs, Ms. Gomez's homework assignments, and Mr. Eby's math warm-ups. Many of us didn't know each other when we first came in 6th grade, but now we have formed friendships that will last a long time. Our class is unique. We are loud, fun, creative, compassionate, loving, athletic, artistic, and special. But what makes our class this is each and every one of us. We will never forget the times we played trashketball in social studies, studied vocabulary through Kahoot and Blooket, walked to Ocean Beach, won championships, beat our teachers in dodgeball, and laughed together. Even though we barely knew each other in 6th grade, we are leaving closer than we could have ever thought. I remember the moment in March of 2020 when we were told we would be going home for the rest of the week because an unknown virus called COVID-19 was spreading. All of us were so excited that we wouldn't have school for a few days. But those days turned into weeks, then months, and then it would be a whole year before we would be able to come back to in-person school. And even then, it was only with half our class. Those days felt long and boring because we were lonely and stuck at home. When the news came that we would be returning to school, most of us were excited. We were able to play basketball, football, soccer, and foursquare with our friends at recess again. We were able to learn in classrooms instead of the dreaded Zoom breakout room. This experience definitely impacted every single one of us, whether it was negatively or positively. But it also helped us grow as individuals and as a class. We discovered new passions, began new hobbies, and got better at sports and art. We learned to cherish these special moments with our families and friends that we can never forget. Even though we are graduating, this isn't farewell. We will always be together, as friends, as classmates, and as the graduating class of 2022. We have gone through many peaks and pits, experienced many roses and thorns. These experiences are unique to us, and we will always remember them. These experiences have shaped us into what we are now. They are forever ingrained in our hearts. Father Sauer has been like our second home for 3 years, and now we will be advancing to a much bigger environment where we will continue to grow, find our passions, and discover who we are. No matter where we go, whether it is to different colleges, law schools, medical schools, the NBA, the Women's FIFA World Cup, or the MLB, the Grammy Awards, Broadway, Oscars, leading Black Lives Matter protests, advocating for the LGBTQ+ community, or stopping Asian hate, we will always have each other and Father Sauer Academy in our hearts. Thank you to every teacher, classroom TA, and staff member who has helped us on our journey through middle school. Every one of you has taught us something new and seen how much we have changed. Thank you to all the parents and guardians for encouraging us to keep going and for supporting us no matter what. Thank you to everyone for coming today to celebrate this special moment. When you leave here today, celebrate what you have accomplished, but also look forward and think of how you can be an inspiration to others. We are done with middle school and now we are moving on to high school. Each one of you will accomplish great things and I wish you the best of luck. Congratulations, class of 2022, and go Wildcats. Thank you.
At this time, I would like to introduce our guest. Our students know him well, to our beloved teacher, Mr. Calvin Nicholson, who will share with us some special words of congratulations and honor. Mr. Nicholson has taught ELA at the Academy these past 2 years. He's more than just a teacher. He has served as a role model for all of us through his sincere desire to bring out the best in everyone. He shares his stories in order to build up our students and always gives them a safe and welcoming space to be themselves. He has brought us music, lunchtime anime, incredible games and competitions within his classroom, and probably sent many of our students to the dentist with his generous out-the-door chocolate and candies. And yes, we do find the wrappers everywhere. He has the voice of an angel and has helped our students learn to express themselves through art, singing, and musical theater. His laugh is infectious. His sincerity is boundless. Mr. Nicholson has been a wonderful colleague and friend for all of us. We're thrilled to have him share one last time with all of us, too. Mr. Nicholson.
Good evening, everyone. Fix that. Good evening, everyone. 8th graders, please feel free to give me feedback on my PV legs after my speech. For those of you who don't know, that's poise, voice, life, eye contact, gestures, and speed. We've been working on it all year. So 8th graders, I'll expect your final grades from me after the ceremony. Think of it as payback for the book talks. Now, to all the parents, friends, families here tonight, I have to say one thing. You guys have raised some amazing kids. Over the past 2 years, I've been lucky enough to see you guys grow. Some of you a few inches, some of you a few feet. Some of you have shed your glasses. Many of you have found new hairstyles. R.I.P. Pedro's luscious locks. Some of you have made mistakes and learned from them. And some of you, quite frankly, don't seem to have made many mistakes at all. So I hope you make some soon, because you got to learn sometime. But tonight, this chapter of your lives is coming to a close. After tonight, you'll no longer be FSA students. You'll be transitioning to a new, much bigger school. And let's be real. This transition is going to be challenging in many different ways. I know a little something about a transition to a school that wasn't built for people who look like you. I went to all 4 years of high school at a boarding school in Connecticut. Very white, very wealthy. I'll never forget, one afternoon, I was checking out in the school store, my second month when I was there. The kid in front of me is buying chocolate milk. And when he left, he forgot his receipt, and the receipt said how much money he had left in his student account. And I looked at it, and he had $10,000. You know how much I had in my account? 50. Because that was how much my scholarship gave me every month. And I thought to myself, what the heck am I doing here? But you know what? I loved high school. I thrived. And I did it by surrounding myself with friends and teachers and mentors who reminded me that I had just as much right to be there as anybody else. And so do all of you. So hold on to the family you've made here and add to it. Find people who remind you that you have the right to take advantage of the resources here, the right to take up space here. But you know, it actually goes further than that. Because you not only have the right to be here, you have the responsibility to make this place better. You have the responsibility to share your gifts and your talents, your personalities, everything that makes you you. Whether it's arts, academics, athletics, service, anime club, do your thing and do it well and do it the way only you can. Make an impact here. Leave your mark the way you have on FSA. Because I can personally attest that I am better for having known every one of you. You've made an impact on me. And I'm not the only one who thinks so. Let's roll the clip.
Taught me is to never back down from anyone and to always be the best version of yourself.
Hi, Sophia. My beautiful Sophia. One thing that I will never forget about you is how wonderful you were to me.
Something I will never forget about Malia is how much better she is at the cup song than any of us are. She learned it so quickly, and she was running circles around it.
Something Fernando taught me, well, before I came here, there was no one who really played soccer with me. He kind of expanded the game for me. He made it fun.
Something about Xavier that I've learned. This is a kid who is so kind. He's always inclusive. He includes the sixth graders in their games. I also know that he could never have enough apples. He comes in almost every day looking for one apple, maybe two for the bus ride home. I'm going to miss you, Xavier.
You know, all I remember about Maya is that she's really funny. Yeah, she'll always make you laugh if you're having a bad day.
In addition to having a great smile, I will always remember Pamela as a student who came in, put her head down, and got her work done. She was incredibly focused, motivated, and grew a ton over the last 3 years.
I will remember about Jordan is his great basketballs and some of the drill moves at the time.
I'll never forget about how Natalie was nice to me and how she was a good friend.
One thing Camila taught me is how to be a leader.
Sophia said that I was beautiful.
Something Skylar has taught me was how to play basketball. The words coming out his mouth, I still remember to this day.
Something I'll never forget about Zoe is how kind she is. When Mr. Nicholson says class, Zoe's the person to go, yes, always. She's very thoughtful and loving to everybody, and she's taught me.
Lizzie is one of the most important 8th graders I've ever met. She taught me and inspired me to focus on the important things and leave out the non-important things out.
Something Enya has taught me is to focus on what I can control and not what I can't, and not to waste my time on useless things.
One thing I'll never forget about Ryu is that during our first cross-country practice, we take off, and we're all running, and one by one, the other students start falling back. Some of them have to walk, some of them are huffing and puffing, and they just have to fall back. And I look over next to me, and Ryu is the only person keeping up with me the entire time. And he is still one of my all-time favorite running partners.
Camila told me amazing stories about FSA. That's why I was so excited to come here.
Nathan, I'm going to start by saying what you taught me is that actually something that I will never forget about you is the day that I told you, the day that I asked you, so what are you going to do when you go to high school and I'm not there anymore? With your big smile, you look at me, and very shy, but very sure, you say like, I'm going to come and look for you.
The year will help you with the numbers if you give him candy, and without giving him candy, he will not have to down, and he will not play with you anymore.
One thing your test taught me this year is to always be confident, maxed out, and to result at any moment I think is necessary.
The thing I'll never forget about Xavier is that he has the highest vertical in the class.
wants to get better at something he's focuses in.
Something LJ has taught me is that still waters run deep. He's usually the quietest in a room, but when I ask him what's going on, he knows everything. He's so fast. He can play the songs that we teach faster than anybody else. And when I watch him in math, he's always got the right answer right there.
Something that Jordan taught me was to have good sportsmanship.
I've learned so much from our students. When I think about Pedro, he's helped me to see how a student can come to understand themselves better, which helps them come to understand the world better and understand their learning and grow so much as a result of getting to know themselves. And that's very powerful.
One thing I'll never forget about Izzy is that the very first time I read her creative writing last year, I thought to myself, oh my God, this girl can make a career out of this. You know what? I still think so.
Something Steve taught me how to raise up.
Darius, what you have taught me is patience. Not only have you taught me patience, but you taught me how to listen to understand. As a coach, you think you know everything, and you're right, and the players are wrong. But watching Darius grow from 6th grade, now graduating, he taught me to understand the player might be right. And he taught me to understand his why he's so competitive, why he does the things that he does. And I appreciate that, and I want to thank you.
A big thing that I forget about Adrian is that he's a good person, he's a good scholar, and he pushes other people to be better.
I'll never forget how Tamaya fed me all the time when I was hungry and how she can make me laugh even when I'm having a bad day. So thank you, Tamaya. And never forget, she is delicious.
I've learned so much from all of our students. And I think of Pedro.
Camila showed me that.
So one thing I'll never forget about Ryan is
One thing your test taught me this year is to always keep it good.
I'll never forget how Tamaya
When I think of LJ, I think of a lot of things. Two of the main ones are his appreciation. He also has a real awareness and understanding. He puts those together with patience. Patient with himself and with others than maybe any student nowadays. Thank you, LJ.
Would anybody else watch an Andrew and Mr. E.B. buddy comedy movie? Or is that just me? I would pay for that. Anyway, congratulations, 8th graders. I am so excited for you to keep growing, leaving your mark in high school and beyond. And now, if you'll indulge me one last time, class. Yes. Class. Yes. Thank you. Don't forget to grab your diplomas on the way out and your homework. Keep on shining. Being your teacher has been an honor, a challenge, and so much fun. Class dismissed.
Thank you to Mr. Nicholson. Always a pleasure. So right now, we're going to do some honoring of 3 other outstanding students who've made lasting impressions and memories with the Academy. These are the awards that are in your program, if you want to open them up and take a look at what they are. We're going to begin with the Leadership Award, then the Service Award. These two awards are chosen for students by their classmates. The final award, the Father Anthony P. Sauer Excellence Award, is chosen by the faculty for one 8th grader, and it is the highest award of our school. Let's start with leadership. Being a leader means acting with integrity at all times, showing others how to act and doing what's right, even when it's difficult. This year's winner is one of the most respectful and respected students on campus. Talented both inside and outside of the classroom, the student has consistently worked to make the school a better place for everyone, regardless of grade. She not only leads with her words, but more importantly, by example. Her friends honor her with the following quotes. They are not afraid to stand up for people and always create a positive environment around them. They are someone who serves the whole class without an excuse, and easily someone who will stand up and present if no one else will share. Another student wrote, I choose this person because she always stands up for what's right. She leads by example, comforts people in time of need, and even when they're not in time of need. She is one of the most loving people that I know. Our Leadership Award winner always has something positive and constructive to say and has worked to unite and create a more loving environment at the FSA. Chosen by her classmates, with great pride, I announce this year's winner of the Father Sauer Leadership Award to Zoe Love O'Neill. Come on up, Zoe. Is the Service Award. This student is incredibly kind and thoughtful, has consistently put others first as demonstrated by his work to create a positive and inclusive environment for all students at the FSA. He builds positive relationships among his peers and encourages others by being a trustworthy role model in all areas of the school. He is willing to share all of his gifts and talents with other students and teachers through his kind words and incredibly open and friendly demeanor. His fellow graduates say, quote, he always unites people together. He lets the younger kids know that he's their friend too. He's always there to motivate all of us and cheer us on, end quote. Another student says, quote, I choose this person because they always persist even when they get down. They help others feel more welcome. He tries his very hardest to encourage people to try their best and help people when they look like they need it, end quote. This student has had a positive impact on everyone. Chosen by his classmates, he is a role model of what our FSA students should be and is well respected and loved by all. Please join me in congratulating our winner of the Father Sauer Academy Service Award, Xavier Anthony Ballard. The winner of this year's Father Anthony P. Sauer Excellence Award is one of the most caring and optimistic students on campus. An exemplar of the plus verbs that we honor, this optimistic and easygoing student lightens the energy of the building. Each teacher has acknowledged her as a true Ignatian, showing passion and dedication for others through action and involvement with her peers and with the community. Other students describe her as helpful, courageous, with integrity. She stands up for what she believes in. She has a positive impact on everyone. Yes, she has made a lasting impact on our community by her caring and loving attitude with everyone. She has demonstrated true potential as a leader who humbly models the values that place others above oneself. This award, chosen by the FSA faculty and staff, is proudly awarded to Yasleen Isabella Rodriguez. Congratulations to all of our award winners. One more time. Now for the moment we've all been waiting for, the conferring of diplomas. So I present to you the Father Sauer Academy graduating class of 2022. Okay, so the students are going to follow along. We've kind of worked this out with them. See how well they remember. You start here. So please try to hold your applause until all the students have been presented. I know that's really hard to do, so do your best. Okay. Jordan Terrell Asalum. Xavier Anthony Ballard. Darius Kyrie Bautista. Pedro Cruz. Tyler Rashad Ali Dawson. Fernando Hernandez Juarez. Malia Carmela Howard. Caden Nathanielu Hutcherson. Pamela Jones. Yair Leon. Camila Angeli Limo Fernandez. Steve Nassim Malone. Natalie Mejia Medel. Andrew Dominic Monterola. Zoe Love O'Neill. Mark Ronald Phillips III. Yaslin Isabella Rodriguez. Enya Alexandra Roman. Sofia Alessandra Santiago. Amaya Yaslin Santos. Lala Jacob Sililu Scanlon. Judge Sumchai. Tamaya Denise Thompson. Ryu Cross Valdez. So congratulations to all of our graduates and their families. This concludes our graduation ceremony. Oh, Camila has something first. Please follow the instructions of the ushers when we're finished into the courtyard.
We have a class gift for the teachers and faculty of FSA. Almost every one of us signed this, but we made a thing.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Goodness. Where was this taken? I think the first day of the school year on the stairs. Thank you guys. This is really wonderful. Thank you. So let's give one more round of applause to all these kids.